Hey guys, Solarlord here, back again with another edition of the monthly channel update, this time for the month of November 2022, and not gonna lie, this one's probably gonna be pretty short and sweet because there's not a whole lot to talk about because it feels like we just did one of these for October not too long ago. So we're gonna cut right to the chase and get right into the meat and taters of this month's channel update, starting off with the fact that we did wrap up the Halloween Spooktacular during the first week of this month. I might have covered that in the last monthly channel update, but in case I forgot to mention that, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a very successful campaign for the channel. Lots of views, lots of traffic, lots of, what's the word I'm looking for, interaction between all of us here at Overlord Productions. So that is really, really cool. I appreciate that very much. I put a lot of work into the Halloween Spooktacular, and the fact that you guys appreciated it is, well, one reason to keep doing this, I guess. That said, we did some reviews this month, not in the norm exactly, because we only did one Throwback Thursday and one Flashback Friday. You guys have been paying attention this past week. We kind of skipped over that, and we're going to do that until next year. The Throwback Thursdays and Flashback Fridays are going to be put on hold for now, just so I can get some stuff done, because we got some top 10s to do next month during January, and I need to have my criteria straight in order to do those. So in order for characters to, well, figures, characters, whatever, to qualify for the top 10s, I need to have the reviews up for them. Otherwise, they ain't eligible. It also helps if I have them. So Azrael Batman, I'm looking at you. Animated Spider-Man, also looking at you. If I don't have them, I can't review them, and if I haven't reviewed them, well, then they're not qualified for any of my top 10s. That's a rule I've set for all of them. I have to have reviewed everything that is a contender for the list. So, we're going to try and haul butt and get some more reviews done of some more current figures, and then we'll go back to Throwback Thursdays and Flashback Fridays, hopefully in January, if not February. I know that might bum some of you out, but I gotta get stuff done, man. We're getting down to the wire here. That said, this past month we did celebrate the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man with Spider-Man Week, which was another very successful campaign for the channel, considering the week before that was kinda some killer, some filler. Didn't get the most traffic out of a lot of the stuff I did the week before, which I did get some traffic, but not like the Spider-Man week. The Spider-Man week kind of started off weak with Bagman and Hammerhead, but ended strong with the Venom 3-pack and the Lizard and the, whatchamacallit, Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Those all got some pretty decent traffic. I think the Null and Venom 2-pack also got some pretty decent traffic, if I'm not mistaken, but the last half of that week is really when things picked up. And then of course we completed our Starro Collectabuild figure, quote-unquote figure, not a figure in the sense that it's an action figure, because it can't really do a whole lot with it. There's no action to be had there. It just kind of sits there and looks cool, so it's more like a, you know, PVC figure, you know, statue, something like that. Which that got some pretty decent traffic. I'm not sure if I was first to the, whatchamacallit, what's the phrase I'm looking for? First to the draw with that one, first in line with that review, but either way, we got it done, and you guys seem to have enjoyed that quite thoroughly, so I do appreciate that as well. We also got Hell Witch this past month. A little QC issue on mine. The leg was glued on the lower knee joint on the right side. Coffin Comics did send me a replacement leg, but I haven't received it yet, so still waiting on that. And then this past week, we of course looked at the Walmart exclusive WWE Superstars Undertaker, Papa Shango. Those are really good figures. I do quite like those. I still need to have the old man, aka Mr. Bryan, aka my dad, put some more super glue in my Undertaker's crotch. That sounds wrong. All kinds of wrong. And we'll see how that turns out. But Papa Shango, he's fine. He's just hanging out off screen here. And then we did Commando Spawn, and then the two Warhammer figures, the Chaos Marine and the Orc Big Mac, who I still have sitting here. The two Warhammer figures, not so much Commando Spawn. He's off with my Spawn collection. I do need to tighten up that one shoulder on him, though. That's kind of loose and floppy, and that's not kill. But as far as everything else is concerned, I did actually order a replacement Venom 3-pack, hence why Riot has two Axe Blade hands, if you can even see it behind Lasher there. So I'm borrowing that for a photo shoot. Looking forward to taking a pic of that before I have to, unfortunately, pack that second Axe Blade hand in the 3-pack that will be shipping back to Amazon. I'm honest, okay? I have a conscience. I can't just jack that crap and, you know, not talk about it. I have to put it back. I'm going to try and get another Axe Blade. Don't get it twisted, but I'm going to do it the legal way, I guess. Because there's a phrase for jacking something and then returning it. I believe it's called stealing, and that's not cool. So, unlike Phage, where I bought a second one fair and square and kept it, and actually I sent it off to a good buddy T-Biz, and I traded the extra Venom pool legs to my local buddy Rusty. I had the second blade arm to spare, so that's fair game. The Axe Blade was right, is not, so I have to return that, but I am going to take a picture of them with two of those before I do so. That said, I have been monkeying with the Life Foundation here. I had my dad super glue Lasher's tendrils in his back. Those things just kept falling out and ticking me off. I found my McFarlane style Venom head and popped it on the 3-pack Venom figure. It looks so much better now. I really dig how that looks. And then I stuck the 3-pack heads on this old Hyperion buck Venom, the Eddie Brock transformation head. And it really works with that little tendril piece that wraps around the neck. I think it looks good. It might be a little big, but it's okay. It's good enough. Makes that figure not crap, I'll tell you that. I didn't care for the duckbill looking head with the tongue and the slime. It's a decent head, but it's off, you know? That said, I did take the head with the super long Make Gene Simmons Jealous tongue, and I first and foremost I made sure it fit on the Monster Venom body there, which it did, and then I heated up the tongue with a hairdryer and warped it down. I kind of bent it downward and cooled it off to solidify it and keep it in place, and then I popped it back onto the Monster Venom figure. It looks so good. It looks like there's an artist in like the mid-2000s who drew Venom that way. He had like a little head, and there wasn't a whole lot of shape to the eyes. They were pretty much just kind of like that 3-pack head there. There wasn't a ton of jagged edges or anything. Then of course the tongue was super exaggerated and long. Almost like the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, but not quite. The eyes are a little bit more thin on the artwork I'm thinking of. If you have the Disney Toy Box Venom, very much like that. I think this is a more detailed version of that kind of artwork. That said, I do really like how that came out. It looks awesome. And then as far as Agony is concerned, I actually swapped the shoulders. I had shaved down the pegs on my first one to where they're almost ball-shaped. In fact, they were pretty much ball-shaped. And put a little lubricant on the biceps and then popped them together. All I did this time was I took I think these are the biceps from the first one, and I popped them on the new one's shoulders and swapped the new one's shoulders onto my old figure, because my old figure, I didn't have to modify the head again, which is its own can of worms, you know. So after doing that, I have an Agony I'm really happy with. I don't have any modded shoulders. And I did the same thing with Riot. I swapped the arms out on him. I actually swapped the bicep from the first one onto the new shoulder because it just kept sticking in the new one and I couldn't get it loose. So after applying a little bit of lubricant and blasting it with a hairdryer again, popping it together, it seems to be okay now. And same with the calf cut. All I had to do was put some soap in there, and same with the left bicep. All I had to do was put some soap in there. So the right arm gave me some problems, but I was able to fix that. So I have a Riot I'm happy with. I have an Agony I'm happy with. My Venom, I didn't have to do much. All I did was swap the arms for less gummy arms because mine were pretty gummy. And then I also swapped the knee out because mine was really gummy compared to the one side. And it almost felt like it was torn in the middle. So better safe than sorry. And I had the time to do it. So I did it. I used a little Lego lightsaber piece to pop the pins out. It was about the same size as the thinner side of the pin, so I was able to do that relatively quick. It took me about probably 20 minutes just because I didn't want to screw anything up, popping it apart, and I'm pretty happy with the set now. I mean, yeah, I did a massive overhaul and whatever, and it should be disqualified from top 10s and whatever based off my criteria for my overall top 10 figures of the year list, but I don't know. I was able to fix the stuff on my own without any help. I just had to get another set to do it with because, let me tell you what, my set was kind of a stinker. Other than the Venom, my Riot and Agony were super pain in the butt, while the replacements, not quite as bad. Not quite as bad. Bad enough, but not quite as bad. Especially the Riot. I think the Riot was the better of the three in the replacement 3-pack. So take that for what you will. And last but certainly not least, we got to talk about Scream here because she does have one glaring quality control issue, which seems to be across the board. And I was talking to my buddy Evil Villain about this because if you look at Scream, I assume most of you have her. If not, you can look up a picture or whatever. She's got 2 right biceps, but the paint application for the darker color on the inside of her arms is correct on both sides. It's painted correctly, but she has 2 of the same bicep. Now, I don't know if anyone's got one that doesn't have this issue, but according to my buddy Evil Villain, again, I was talking to him earlier about this, his has the same issue as mine, and most of the ones he's seen pictures of have the same issue as mine. Now, he contacted an eBay seller because the listing said proper. Now, I don't know if they bootlegged this figure or what, but at any rate, we're still waiting to hear back on that and figure out, is this just how it is, or is there a few out there that have the proper left bicep? Only time will tell, but I definitely think Hasbro needs to give Scream another crack just to fix that issue, because that's pretty freaking lame, especially when the parts are labeled L and R, so, you know, you don't screw that up. McFarlane, at least for a while, was doing different sized bicep pegs. I think he stopped doing that because they're a little bit fragile on the right side in particular because the peg is so thin. So, not sure if he's still doing that or not, but something to note. Maybe that would help, but again, you don't want to make those pegs too thin because they could break, you know. That said, not much else going on. We got some DC Multiverse, speaking of which, to take a look at next week. We're going to be doing that. We got Godspeed, Defiance Deathstroke, Parallax, Kyle Rayner, the classic 90s, late 90s look for Kyle Rayner, and Duke Thomas from Dark Knight's Death Metal. We're going to be looking at those. Following week, probably going to be looking at the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Iron Man with the Proton Cannon on the retro card. Getting that from my good buddy Evil Villain relatively soon. If I don't do a What's in the Box tomorrow for that, I'll definitely do it the following weekend, or next weekend. And then we also have Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham, the Target exclusive, which I also had to replace. Lots of replacements. The thigh on mine was pretty bad, not gonna lie. I heated it up, popped it apart, filed it down, kind of made a mess, not gonna lie. But it's gonna get replaced. At least that leg anyways, so, you know, take that for what it's worth. And then we also have the Mythic Legions Deluxe Legion builders to look at. So hopefully we will get all those done. I'm probably going to do 3 a piece for those, and then do the Half Giant with the accessories as one video as well. So you get 3 videos for that. They're old. I don't expect those videos to get a ton of traffic, but Mythic Legions are usually a shoo-in for traffic on my channel, because that seems to be what people come to me for. That, or, you know, anything Venom, Spawn, or Ghost Rider related, or Gargoyles related. So I'm okay with that. I'm willing to accept that. I'll take that on the chin, you know, as they say. But that said, other than that, I got a massive pile of loot, waiting to ship that when the Red Krampus 4 Horsemen figure Obscura retailer exclusive comes in. And I think I'm waiting on a couple other things, and I'm going to see my family for Christmas in a couple of weeks. So I'll definitely have some stuff to review before Christmas. Not sure what it will all be, but only time will tell, I guess. That said, I did recently get the 40th anniversary He-Man, a pretty decent figure. A lot of people kind of dogging on it, kind of. Not 100%, not like the Revelation He-Man, not at all like the Revelation He-Man, but enough people are dogging on it to where I feel like I need to defend that thing for a hot minute. So I'm going to do that at some point. Not sure when, but I do plan on reviewing that figure before the end of the year maybe. We'll see. I like to take a week off for Christmas, but if I have enough stuff recorded in advance and it gets uploaded and there's no hiccups or anything, I guess I'll give you guys some extra content. We'll see. We shall see. That said, I also replaced my power ring. Speaking of replacements, I had another one ordered because my dad was able to order one, and I was able to call up Target and order a replacement because we bought one through the website. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that turns out okay, along with my Spider-Man Noir. And I actually ordered another Beastman. I first of all got my buddy Evil Villain a Beastman because I'm trying to work out a trade to get a camo con off him. Hopefully he was able to get one. I'm recording this in advance, so fingers crossed everyone was able to get a camo con with the goofy elephant ear looking cobra head. I'm sorry, that thing looks silly to me. And then I was able to order a replacement Beastman because I ordered one off the website. Because if you guys remember, mine had super loose hips and a bicep that popped off. And mine's whip was kind of short, but Evil Villain let me keep the whip from his, so it was nice of him. That said, the whip feels like it's glued in a little weird, so hopefully the replacement one's whip is a little bit better. That said, I have a box going out to him. I got a box going out to my good buddy Vampire. I'm going to start working on another box for Evil Villain and another box for my good buddy T-Biz, which I did ship him that Arethyr set this past month, and hot darn did that cost a arm and a leg to ship. Holy crap. I did send my good buddy Altenda a package as well this month. That did not cost half as much, so gotta be shipping priority for the most part nowadays because it's just cheaper. That said, I do have to ship my good buddy Toy Nuts, aka Brian Starner, a Mythic Legions troll, so I look forward to eating shipping on that sucker. So that said, I do have some other things to talk about, like I got a couple of things from the Mythic Legions Cabal. A couple of people over there were nice enough to send me a couple of pieces that I needed, and or some pieces that I couldn't get my hands on because I didn't attend a certain event earlier this month. If I don't get my package from Evil Villain, I will definitely be doing a What's in the Box for that tomorrow, most likely. We will see. We will see. So stay tuned for that, as well as a week's worth of DC Multiverse and whatever I got cooking for you guys for the rest of the month of December. It's the holiday season, so turn those frowns upside down. We got plenty coming your way. Stay tuned. And before I go, I just want to recommend the documentary based off Ronnie James Dio, Dreamers Never Die. If you've ever wanted to feel more depressed than you ever had, watch the last 20 minutes of that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a crier. I didn't cry when Mufasa ate crap in The Lion King, but hot dang if I didn't almost shed a tear at the end of that, because Dio's my boy. He is responsible for the background music in all my videos now. If you guys haven't noticed, I use a lot of 8-bit Dio music in my videos now, because he is my favorite. He is the one man I will worship as a quote-unquote deity. He is essentially my religious beliefs in a nutshell. So, Godfather of heavy metal, you know. So, yeah, Dreamers Never Die, great documentary, kind of sad, but such is life, you know. Especially when we lose those who we look up to. So, you know, all I'm going to say is everyone keep an eye on King Diamond. He's kind of the last one left because we lost Dio, we lost Chuck Schuldiner, we lost one of the guys in Slayer, and I don't think anyone in Wasp. Got to protect Blackie Lawless, though. Blackie Lawless and King Diamond, we need to protect those guys, and Tom Araya. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this month's edition of the monthly channel update. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but if you are so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more content to the channel. As always, got plenty coming your way, especially this month. I'm going to be doing a massive overhaul, trying to get some figures reviewed before we start doing top 10s in January, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys are ready for it. I know I'm not. Kind of behind. I didn't get ahead like I wanted to during my Thanksgiving break, but such is life. But with that being said, if you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when, man, that Dio documentary got sad at the end. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.